Hey, what's going on, guys? It's TwoShot here, and this is Nerded Out. And today we're doing AMD versus Intel. Part 1 is the AMD side, and why. Let's do this. Alright guys, welcome back. This first part is going to be going over the parts. I'll leave a PC part pick in the description so you can see how much it is about, the best that I can. Tell you how much this thing will cost. I honestly have no clue because I've been picking parts from here and there and using some parts from other builds, and this is the best budget kind of build I could do, which I don't think it's going to be cheap. I thank you, Fractal Josh, for the power supply and the Define R5. Also, links will be in the description. Check it out so you can get your own Define R5. Okay, so why did I decide to go AMD? One thing I'm curious. I know it's kind of at the end of its lifespan with AMD. Not totally. I'm just saying kind of like with this series of CPUs and everything. New ones are on the horizon. The APU just launched. I was thinking about doing that, but I'm not really sure because I don't have too much information about AMD. A lot of it is researching, looking on forums, and getting a little boost from a couple of YouTubers and people to work with AMD and kind of part of their team. Okay, so how did this AMD build get started? This is pretty much from looking on forums, learning a little bit about AMD, and just being like curious about AMD, and a little push from a couple of YouTubers and streamers and stuff. So let me tell you how I got there. Tech Talk is J2Sense and Barnacules. I'll leave the links in the description if you want to check them out. If you don't know who they are already, they're really good, like tech PC guys, and they're funny and they're good guys. And they had, when Barnacules couldn't make it one day, I'm at Propose on. He's like more of a streamer, a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of streamer. I'll leave his links in there so you can check him out if you want. Really great guy. I had a couple of conversations on Twitter with him for like fun. Seems really cool. But he was saying like, you know, this about AMD and that about AMD and how he likes him and stuff like that. And I think now he's trying to be more of a general guy than just a part of AMD, which is cool because that's kind of like what we all want, I guess. Well, some guys like to be hardcore on one side or the other side. That's not what this video is about. It's kind of having fun with both sides and seeing if we can come to like a happy medium. You know, we're not trying to say one's better than the other really, but it's kind of like, this is what I got for this one, and this is what I got for Intel, and we'll see where we meet. So through that, you know, I got a little more interested in AMD's, like what can they do? Because I always had Intel for years. I did like, you know, 5-6 PC builds and upgraded like crazy my computers over the years. But I never really got into the AMD side of it. So this is gonna be my first shot. I hope it's a lot of fun. And then he had Ed from Sapphire on one time. And he's really passionate. He's like a little more like passionate than most, even if it's like in a joking kind of manner, but fun, but he likes it. I really wanted to get a Sapphire card. For this build is deemed as the Bolt build because I found the MSN Lightning card and I thought like a lightning bolt kind of bolt. So it's the Bolt build. I think it's kind of cool. You know, I don't know if it's dumb or not, but that's kind of what I deemed the build because I'll have a little fun with it because it's the yellow, and so I went with a yellow theme. I couldn't find a red card on Sapphire. I tried to look just because I thought Ed was a cool guy, and I kind of like when I see somebody that's cool and they believe in their stuff, and that's kind of like how I am. Other than that, that's kind of like the quick story, not to make it too long. They inspired me, so I thank you, Jay, Barnacules, I'm at Propos, and Ed from Sapphire. And with the help of Fractal Josh and EK, that's where these builds came from too. EK was nice enough to give me a whole water cooling kit to do a water cooling build. So I wound up building two systems. Well, I'm going to be wanting to build two systems. This is going to be the AMD one. And this is going to be with the Fractal case and the Fractal power supply from Josh because he was so nice enough from Fractal Design to send me these cases over, and I wanted to do something pretty cool with it. So I'm going to do a nice AMD build. And then with the water cool build, I'm going to do like an all Intel build just for fun. We're not trying to make fanboys here, we're just trying to have a good time. So remember that in the comments, please. Anything you think I could do different or what I could have done better? Yeah, I'm sure I could have done a lot of stuff better, but budget wasn't mine. Because building one system's hard. Building two, when you don't have a lot of money to build the systems with, is you do the best you can, right? All right, so let's go start going over these parts. Okay, the first thing I want to go over is just going to be a quick review, kind of. We'll go over these parts more during the build and after the build's over. AMD, first up, right? This is part 1 for AMD. It's the 8350. It's got 8 cores. This actually comes with a heatsink, which nobody uses. The process is kind of cool. The Black Addiction, Black Edition. I thought this would be kind of like the best match to the 4770. I could be wrong. The 4790 might be a little closer match. I didn't have the money to go X99 and like go with a full lab build of Intel. So I didn't want to get their high-end CPU, at least their other one thing because of temperature. And I just didn't want to have that kind of problem. Because I want to try to, even though I want to make it look pretty, I want to try to keep it silent. So I don't want to have the fans revving up and going nuts. I want to kind of keep it a nice gaming build so when I record, it's also pleasant to the ears for you guys. So that's why I did this. All right, next up is the Corsair's H100. It's a 240 rad. It's an all-in-one cooler. It did great for the 4770K. And I'm just gonna reuse it here because I don't have the money to buy a new one. I would like to have a new one. Anybody out there watching? Want to throw me a new one? I'll put it in the system. But the Corsair's H100 was great. It was a nice solid cooler, so we're gonna use that. All right, next thing up is the motherboard. I took this out of the box for you so I can kind of go over it a little bit. It's got like a little bit of the goldish, yellowish color to it, if you can see that good. So I thought that'd be good with both over here. If that sounds weird, just don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll be fine with that. But it's got a lot of USB 3, what I really look for, because a lot of the stuff I have is all USB 3, and usually I use USB 3 for everything. And we got PCI Express lanes. If I wanted to put a second graphics card in here, I can, because it supports SLI or, well, Crossfire. We got the 4 DIMM slots, so I can take care of dual channel. This is gonna have 16 gigs of memory. The memory is really quick. HyperX Beast. It's a Kingston brand. Or HyperX Kingston, same thing. It's 1600 megahertz. It's gonna be 16 gigs. That should be more than enough to game on anything you want to game on. People can say what they kind of want. Really, 8 gigs is probably pretty good. But 16 gigs, you definitely have enough. The games are getting a little better. It's got SATA 3, or SATA 3, whatever you call it. Whatever way you want to say it, SATA. It's got an error code, which is very handy. It's got power reset button. And overall, it just kind of fits the build. That's part of the decision with some of these. I noticed a little older card. This is a 990X FX, or something like that. FX. 990 FX. It seems pretty good. The only ones I saw, this is around like 150 or something like that, maybe 130. The other ones I saw that were newer or that were better, they were like expensive. I wanted to be able to put the whole build together. So this is what I went with. It kind of matches everything. So motherboard, it's pretty cool. I have a build, I'll have a video coming out about motherboards, what I really look for a motherboard. So it kind of helps you out a little bit when you're checking out motherboards and what to look for. All right, so we went over the memory. Let's go over the hard drives. The first one is going to be an SSD. This is the A40 Evo 120 gig SSD. It's the newer one from Samsung. It came in at a pretty good price. It's a little bit of an upgrade over the A40s. I got another one coming actually. I want to try to maybe see if I could put this in RAID, because I never did RAID before. I wanted to try RAID 0. I wanted to see how much better, how much fast. It's supposed to almost double your reads and writes, or at least your reads. So I just want to see how it goes. It's more of a test than anything. It might not be great, so don't like flame me in the comments. I just wanted to see how it would work, because I never did it before, so I thought it'd be fun buying like 2 smaller drives and try to put them in RAID 0 and see how it goes. I know there's no safety in that. I understand that part, but I'm just gonna have iOS and some recording software on it, no editing software, so if I lose it, I just re-download it. Okay, next thing up is the hard drives, actually. So we got a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black. This is the drive that I had all my Steam games on, so I'm just gonna take this over and use it. It's a great drive. I think maybe I filled it up a quarter of the way, maybe close to half, I don't even think so. And it's been running great. I don't have all my games downloaded in here. Like the ones I play, I download, the other ones I get rid of, so I don't have to fill it up. So it stays running nice and fast. It's a 7200 RPM, 64 cache. It's a pretty good drive. You can't go wrong with Western Digital Blacks. They're good. 1 terabyte, if you want to go a little bit more, you go 2 terabytes at the most. If you have a lot of games, I think I have 45, 50 games or something on Steam. And some other random games, maybe 10 random games that are not on Steam. So it's perfect for it. Okay, the other thing is that this is a blue. It's a 1 terabyte blue. All I want to do with this, I think it does spin at 7200, I'm not really sure. Look at the link in the description and it'll tell you all the specs and stuff like that, just to be 100%. But this is really just to store my raw footage. terabyte is more than enough. 2 terabytes would have been great. I could have been a little more lazier. But 1 terabyte, basically this is gonna go right over to the editing rig. It's just gonna get transferred all the time. I'm gonna work on a RAID, external RAID, that hopefully I can hook up later. And it's gonna hold all the videos and archive them and everything like that. I'll be able to switch back and forth and use them a little bit better. But this is like the first step. So I got 2 of these. I got one to hold files on the computer when I'm not using them, just to get them off there to 1 terabyte. And that'll take a while to fill up too. All right, so what's up? Let's do the graphics card. This is really what this build ended up being all about. I got the CPU. I started thinking about graphics cards. Even though you're supposed to go motherboard next, I started thinking about graphics cards first, and I saw the Emerson Lightning, and I kind of fell in love with it. And so I never had a graphics card that is like this beast of a monster. It holds 3 slots. It's got the nice yellow to it, and when I saw the yellow, I'm like, that's the color I want to go. Lightning, I was gonna call it the Lightning build, but it just sounded a little weird, so I'm gonna call it Bolt. This is gonna be my Bolt, baby. That's right, that's right. But anyway, it's like a black and yellow theme with the white in the case. I might wind up changing the fans or something like that later, but for right now, I'm just gonna stick with it, and we'll keep the fans all white, and we'll do the black and yellow for everything else. It's a really, really cool card. This is definitely a little bit of overkill, and guys, please don't hate. Some of it's for fun, and some of it's just like I wanted to get one really cool graphics card, and I had that. I had the 980 for a while. I didn't like it. I wound up having some problems with it, and I sent it back out a 970. Just so you know that story. So that could have been my beast of a card. Yeah, 980 is a beast of a card, I would say. So, but now I got a 970, and I'm happy with the 970. Even at 3.5, I'm still happy with it. This runs at 3. Okay, so let's hit the case and the power supply, and then we'll go on to the peripherals. Power supply. Thank you very much, Josh from Fractal. We like to say that because we like Josh, and he was nice enough to let me try out some of this stuff and use it for the build, and it's awesome. This is an 800 watt Newton power supply. It's a platinum power supply. It's really efficient. It looks beautiful. It's got a nice snowflake on it. It has another white fan to go with the Fractal case. It's just an awesome power supply. The Defiant R5. If you don't know enough about it, check out my review. I got the window side panel. It has a multi-vent system on top to help for the noise, but we're gonna pop 2 of those off to put the Corsair's H100 in there. And it's just a beautiful case to work on, and you'll see that in the next video. I also picked up another 140 millimeter fan from Fractal, just so I can have the 140s in the front. I have 2 of them, and I got the 140 in the back. So we got nice airflow coming through the case, keep everything nice and cool, but also be quiet. All right, guys, so now it's time to go over the peripherals. This is kind of like your own choice, but I just want to go over it quick so you know what I pick and stuff that I like. First thing I wanted to go over was the Rosel's RGB 80. This is like one of the first, if you can see, let's make sure you can see this good. This is one of the first RGB backlit keyboards that I've seen. It's a little bit older, but what I hear from a lot of reviews that there's supposed to be updates coming. I didn't check it, I just thought it'd be fun to kind of see. They have still a good array of colors, so yellow would probably most likely be the theme of this. So it's gonna look pretty cool. It can't do the rainbow effect, maybe at least not yet, maybe later on. It even says it on the box somewhere that it can't do the rainbow effect, it's just showing you off all the different colors that it has. So it's kind of cool. I don't have a 10 keyless pad or whatever. We don't need that. We're not accountants. We're not doing numbers. So that will be a review, so you get a closer look at that. If you would like a review of this, please leave a comment so I know to do it sooner. This is the Corsair's Raptor M45 mouse. I had a hard time finding a mouse. My first real mouses, whatever you want to call it, was a Corsair's 60. I have it back here somewhere. I forgot what it's called, the 80 to 60 or whatever it is. I really like that mouse. I never had a problem with it. This, unfortunately, it was a good price. It lit up red. It really reminds me of the other mouse. That's kind of like what it looks like right there. It looks pretty cool. I did have a conversation with Anna Popo about this mouse, and I have not got to check it yet, if you do happen to watch this video, but I will be checking it soon, and we'll find out if it looks like a pea in my hand. So we'll see. Maybe I have to rethink my mouses. He opened my eyes a little bit about it, because I used to just go with it, and it felt comfortable to me, And I'm thinking maybe there's a whole new world for guys with big hands, and maybe they'll make big mouses for us. Maybe? I don't know. Disclaimer before we talk about this. This is the TwoshotsGaming headset. I'll tell you the truth. I'm no audiophile. I know those guys exist out there. Those guys are great. What I am is that I play games, and if something seems functional and sounds good to me, I'll be more than happy to give it a try and like it. I got the 2000 series of this, the wireless headset by Corsairs. It's 7.1, just like the other one. The mic was great on it. You know, well, let's say not great, but good. What I hear from the people I talk to, like when I talk to Forrester, I'm gaming with people or fans even, I use that mic. It's easier, it's just easier to work with, and nobody complains about it. I don't use it in videos though. I try to use the more high-end mics like this. I use the Smart Lavalier from Rode, Red, whatever you want to call it. But for these videos, like for this, like just gaming online, playing GTA 5 with friends, being on Skype, being in chat, I use mics like this, and they're really good. Comfortable, they're closed, so like I love that part. I love the noise canceling. I love to get immersed into the game. The only thing I have to say about the other one that was pretty much from the beginning, unless there's some kind of systems like, you know, things that get tweaked on it, is that you're always picking up background noise. When those things are off, you hear something up. So if that is a problem to you, to me, not that big of a deal, because as soon as I get into a game or I'm doing something, the sound goes away. Like it's not even noticeable. But if you're gonna sit with them in silence, it's gonna bother you. These, because this is a gaming system, those other ones I'm thinking about getting. I saw this $200 pair from a different company. Like I think they were $200. They're editing, Sennheiser. They have these nice editing headset. No mic. It's just so I sit there, nice silence, and hopefully to make my audio better for you guys. But that's another story all indeed, and that's a lot of money, so I probably won't get those for a while. Leave a like on these videos. I need those headsets. But this is really cool, so I will recommend this. I'll try to put the link in the build video. Remember, everything will be in the build video. So that is the headset I use, or I will be using. So pretty much that is the whole build, guys. Thank you again to Josh from Fractal. Thank you again from EK. It's been really cool. I know I'm kind of not doing the EK thing, but I'm talking about them. It's because they've been really cool during this whole process. They waited a while for their water cool build to happen, and it's happening really, really soon. The Define S should be coming in soon. I know I'm gonna have 2 Define cases, and yes, that bothers me a little bit, but I love the Define R5, and when Josh already wanted to send it over, I couldn't say no. I love the case. And then as soon as the Define S came out, I wanted to beg Josh for that case. I did inquire about it. Then I realized that's dumb, because he's nice enough to send me this stuff and I shouldn't even ask. So I apologized for it. I thanked him very much for everything he gave me. And I went out and bought it myself. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this build. It will be out in probably a day or 2. I'm gonna actually work on it now. That build is very important. So if you can criticize it, whatever you gotta do to this build, this AMD build, not the parts, the way the video is made. If you want to criticize the part, you can too, go have at it. But the way the video is made will be very important and very helpful for me. Because when I do the EKwaterblock build with the Define RS, I want it to come out great. So whatever you guys can do to help me see if I can make this video better, this build better, and the next one, I really appreciate it, because I want to do a great job for EK. They deserve it. And another Define S case for Fractal, because I love those cases. It's simply, hands down, the best cases I've ever dealt with so far. Let's get to that build in the next episode, and thank you so much for watching, and always remember, I'm just gonna leave it in. I don't even care. I love you guys. Thank you for watching so much. And always remember, like, favorite, comment, please. Or not. Just do it. Peace.